So the CEO. How many of you are CEOs, presidents, owners? Good, because that's who we invited. The rest of you, how'd you get in? The job of the CEO is to maximize and protect the profit. You know, I'm not going to go too deep into these things. I'm just going to tell you a few things. And then you're going to see what happens over the course of the next 2 days. See, there's a problem with money, isn't there? Money has a lot of problems. Number one, if you've got no money, what do you make? Bad decisions, right? Bad decisions. Out of desperation, they offered me utopia. How many times did you buy something that you thought was going to be the solution, the end all, that was going to make your business, finally it's going to work and it's going to perform and it's just going to be great? I had one of those consultants walk into my office one day in 1996 and try to sell me utopia. Try to tell me how if I bought their consulting business for way more money than I had, that would solve all of my problems. She was she was a good sales lady. She was influential, I suppose. I suppose she'd been to a lot of the sales classes, maybe some that some of you have been to, and she was really good. But I was better. I borrowed $50,000 from her. It was about the time that my wife had told me, no, we're not going to refinance the house again. New money. What's the problem with new money? It blows away, doesn't it? When you get new money, what do? You blow it. You blow it. We talk about the book Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. He built a first business, and you know how it is with the first business. It just seems so easy. And he sold it for millions. Millions. He went out and bought a new Land Rover, a new Viper, and I think a new Lambo, all within 4 hours. Yeah, he was that guy. About 3 years later, he had blown through every bit of it. And his accountant told him, your only chance is to file bankruptcy. Can you imagine that? See, that's new money. That's what happens with new money. Now, old money is like this gate. Old money, usually you can keep it. Why is that? You've learned. Experience, right? Experience, growth, time. So there's a place, but you have to go through those processes. And then I see my transitions aren't working, which is life. So then there's a word for this kind of money. And if I could see it on the slide, I would know it. Oh, unimportant money. Unimportant money. You see, there's a time when money doesn't mean anything. Isn't that right? And that's interesting. Somebody's life is on the line. Somebody's hanging by a thread. Maybe they're riding in an ambulance. Money's not important then, is it? As a matter of fact, interestingly enough, when money is not important, the thought process is, hey, if we need it, we'll get it. If we need it, we'll get it. Like the time my mother told my dad that, I think Rodney's going to need glasses. Well, I could sure find the keys to her Honda in the dark, I'll tell you that. And I remember overhearing my dad say, well, if that's what he needs, we'll find the money someplace, you know. And then one day I heard my mother tell my dad that my sister Jean was going to need glasses. And my dad, who was an electrical contractor, if I remember right, he said, let her squint. No, that didn't happen. All right. You see, then there is this saying that you can't take it with you, right? You can't take the money with you. You know, that's right. Don't think you can. Don't think you can. So what does that mean? That means we use it now while we have it. Money isn't everything, of course. We know that. So I got a phone call about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's actually the telephone that's in my shop. And I got a call from somebody just like all y'all, from a plumbing contractor. I think it's a plumbing contractor. And he said, Rodney, 2 years ago, you told me when I was whining, complaining, lamenting, because he said I was broke, and I was broker than broke. I owed everybody. He said, and I didn't know what to do. He said, you told me when you have $200,000 in your bank account, the whole world will look different. He said, I'm calling you to tell you that as of this morning, I have $201,000. Everything I have is paid for.